Rajat, one question is that we saw in the slide that appeals are to be disposed of in 1 year. And you also said that this is recommendatory. So, in other forums like in IT80, for example, or even in NCLTs as far as company law is concerned, even in insolvency and bankruptcy also, many time limits have been prescribed. But again, because of the judicial process and the timelines being, none of that seems to be practically being implemented. So what is your opinion, that do you think this 1 year will hold any value, or IT80 again, with due respect, I think it takes years and years for cases to get solved. Every hearing sort of goes for 6 months or so. So what is your opinion about the timelines in this case? How do you see GST tribunals will work?
So I think first of all, Sumit, what we have to see is in the erstwhile law of customs, excise and service tax, the CSTAT authority, they were given timeline of 3 years that they have to decide in a period of 3 years as far as possible. Again, not a mandatory timeline, a recommendatory timeline. But we have seen cases coming up after 10 years or 15 years, right? So under GST, the timeline has been reduced to 1/3, 1 year. The law is new. Thousands and thousands of applications is what we are assuming to come. So can this be, is this realistic? I don't think so. Will appeals be decided in a period of 1 year? I don't think so. But what happens is usually, uh, uh, take a very simple case. For your office, you are the boss. So, right, you have to decide a case against yourself. It becomes very difficult for you. For my office, I am the boss. Case against myself will become very difficult. What happens if we merge together? So it becomes a very, very now possible that if a case against you will come, then I'll stand up and say, Sumit, why are you not deciding? Let's decide. A case against me will come and you will say, Rajat, why are you not deciding? Let's decide. So what happens with GST? It's a collaborative thing. It's now a GST council whereby every state finance minister is sitting, central finance ministers are sitting, whereby there are different political parties involved. If they want to throw some kind of garbage or dirt on each other, they can pull this up that the law provides 1 year. You have not decided this in 10 years. And because so much of data is being available, one finance minister or the other finance minister, like a Kerala finance minister or a Punjab finance minister, will give it in public domain. Ki boss, 20,000 cases are pending, which were not decided in more than 1 year, right? So the will, the democracy, I'll say, will play a lot of part in this. I don't think things will be decided in 1 year, but will be much faster as compared to CSTAT.
Sure. Though, yeah, you're right. The intent and the spirit may be good to expeditious disposal of cases, and Chief Justice of India has been speaking about this, and even our Honorable Prime Minister also has been speaking about, and the Law Minister of expeditious disposal of overall cases in India. However, for example, 30 benches or 31 benches multiplied by 4 officers in each bench, as you said. So 120 officers. And suddenly, what I was in our discussion also when we were having a word, and otherwise also, since so many since these forums are coming after such a long time, and so many appeals were on hold. I mean, people were not deciding appeals even at a appeal one level. So suddenly, if we see thousands and thousands of cases being filed now, what will the 120 members do if suppose 10,000 cases are filed in the first month itself? So how will that the process work? That's something to be seen actually. While the spirits may all be good. Yeah. Okay. Another question is, you also mentioned about virtual platforms, online hearings. While again, it's a welcome step, and after COVID, we have seen all the courts go online. Even there are Supreme Court judgments for all the courts should have online proceedings, etc. And we have seen online proceedings working wonderfully well. Even in NCLTs also, where I and my team of minds is encompassed. Still, even after the forums have gone online, a lot of things are happening offline. Like even in high court examples, even if the hearings are virtual, but the filings are physical, and we still see reams of paper multiplied by so many copies. Hundreds and thousands of copies. And in appeal, it only multiplies because the original, all the pleadings of the original, case, and then the appellate, pleadings have to go. So it remains to be seen. Again, what is your expectation? Because in NCLT also, online is only with respect to the WebEx, call. Okay, online filing is there, but then it is supplemented by physical filing, and the WebEx call is there, and the it's very broken processes. It is not a portal proper. These are very broken processes. So, what is your expectation on the GST and promise of bringing everything virtual and everything in a digital format?
Sumit, again, what happens? I'll tell you a very big problem under GST. So let us suppose, let me come back to our topic that if we merge. So you'll ask me to come to your office. I'll ask you to come to my office. Similarly, for central government and the state government, what is currently happening is it has become practically impossible to formulate tribunals in various states because of a simple reason that a central government member sitting there wants the state members to come to their office. State member sitting says central member should come to my office. Or, now the next option that we have, you and me have, is let's make a new building of Sumit and Rajat Associates, right? Who will spend? Center doesn't want to spend, state doesn't want to spend. Who will spend then? Right? You don't want to spend, I don't want to spend. This is the exactly the problem that we have been facing in formulation of GST tribunals. Parallelly, what GSTN sees it as a solution. If you work from your office, I work from my office, we are not happy. We don't get a good place on the rent with all the lavish things that we want. We want our own secretariats also to be in place. Let's have everything virtual. So this is the solution that has been, although the all various state governments have taken things, Dehradun, I suppose, have taken place on rent, Delhi has taken on rent. So people are finding those places and taking them on rent, but GSTN sees this as a, as a plan whereby in some state we want to form a tribunal, but unable to find a place, or you are not ready to come to my office. I have any go, or I am not. So then this tribunals, this GSTN will work, and GSTN up till now, they have a great technology backup or technocrats with them.
Yeah.
So they are working whereby the entire process start, the biggest of documents could be filed online, and then the entire process could go online. So this is what they are
Right.
trying to do.
Yeah, no, it'll be very welcome and very wonderful step if the whole proceeding can be seamlessly be online, including filing without the need of any physical filings, and all the coordination and show cause names for the cause list and all everything can come online properly. Then it'll be very good. Okay, so one question is there. Some states have issued trade notices requiring assessee to intimate if they will file appeal in tribunal against order of first appellate authority. Whether or not such filing intimations bar the assessee from approaching tribunals.
So, okay. So first of all, very few orders have come from appellate authority because there were certain internal guidelines telling appellate authority not to decide cases till the time appellate tribunals are formed. So I am astonished if there are cases, but there are very few cases that have been decided. Next, in certain cases where it was decided the matter was very big or highlighted in media, etc., there were decisions. What happened was, because the appeals are to be filed in a 3 months period, tribunals have not been formed. I am not able to go to High Court. I don't have so much money in my bag. What will I do? I'll have to wait for the tribunals to be formed. In this time, under Section 79, the recovery proceedings were initiated on certain taxpayers. Now the taxpayer said, "Boss, you have not formed the tribunal. Why you are recovering for me?" In those cases, central government as well as certain state governments have come up with certain notices. Ki, boss, if you want to file an appeal, please inform us that you need to file an appeal, but we'll wait for the tribunals to be formed. You can make a pre-deposit till that date and we'll not touch you. So this was for the benefit of the taxpayers itself, but there's no challenge. Once the tribunal is formed, you can file your appeal.
I understand. Okay, and the next question is, what is the estimate number of cases going to come on board the GSTAT by June 2025? Will the current cases automatically move to GSTAT or will it involve human intervention?
No, sorry. So second part I missed.
So will the current cases automatically move to GSTAT or will it require human intervention?
No, so I said, so for current cases of central excise, service tax, or a custom excise tribunal, CSTAT will not be given to GSTAT. This is an entirely different legislation, different. This will not. And how many cases will we have till June 2000? Only God can
Just
tell.
anybody's guess. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Even the finance minister will not know. Okay,
Yes.
so so another question is, can GSTAT adjudicate the matter against service receiver wherein service provider made a default of output liability?
So yes. So ideally, what happens is tribunal is a constitutional body, last body to fact-finding body. and they have a lot of power. I have already said that they can, refuse, admit, annul, cancel, do anything with the orders. The orders, absolutely.
Yeah, whatever is there, the jurisprudence develops as per law,
Yes.
they can pass against anyone. Yeah, any part.
They cannot. So the only difference is the High can write down certain provisions of the law saying that this is unconstitutional. This is not what they will say. They'll
Yeah,
say in this case this needs to be done.
right, right. Okay, what is the timeline to uh, call for hearing by the appellate authority from the date of filing?
From 3 months? Sorry,
Uh,
I didn't get it.
so
Can you?
his question is that from when you file the appeal, or maybe the first hearing, is there a
There's
timeline
no
where
timeline. There's no timeline. There
no,
is
no
timeline
timeline?
for decision. There is
Yeah,
no
one,
timeline
one
for
year,
hearing.
which is that 1 year
As
overall
far as
period. Yeah,
possible.
yeah.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
it all depends on
The pendency. Yeah, yeah.
the
First,
workload, the bench, and those things. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. But it is expected, at least initially, when the benches are new, when the cases are start getting filed, of course, things will be very expeditious. But only if if there's a workload and there are thousands and thousands of appeal file, of course, everything will then go as per the judicial process, as has been the case. Yeah.
yes, Sumit, we may expect a lot of hearings to take place in first few months, whereby
Right.
they are hearing the matter. We may not have decisions very fast.
Right. 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 Okay, and okay, so now we will see. We have not done this till now, but I'll try my best because two people have raised hands. Let me see if they are still. I'll try and spotlight them. 1 second. No, one of them I can't find. Let me find. No, I can't find somehow. Okay, so they may have just recently quit. So I think
Would have
any
resolved
other
their issue.
question, if anyone has, or Rajat, any concluding remarks
So
you'd like to
I
give?
think, Sumit, we would have resolved their issues.
We would have resolved the issue. Yes. Any concluding remarks, Rajat, on
So
this?
for a lot of professionals, I think this is a very big opportunity going forward. We'll see few thousands of cases in every state. Every professional will have a great opportunity. Like, the moment GST came, there was a lot of opportunity for our brothers and sisters working in the field. So whether a person is an advocate, chartered accountant, or a cost accountant, or a company secretary, they can appear in a tribunal. So the only point is who starts first. So the
Right.
provisions are simple. You know the law, you know your client, you know your facts. The same facts are to be given in front of a two people bench. So everyone can initiate this. So happy to help anytime you want my assistance or want to know anything. I'll be happy to help.
Yeah, and also do look at the books authored by our speaker Rajat Mohan. Rajat, if you could name the books again,
So, so,
title of
so
the
one
book.
of my book is GST for corporate leaders. That is a pretty slim book, 300 pages for high level, decision making directors or CFOs, CEOs. The other book that I have made eyeing only tribunals is a GST case digest. This is a big 3,000, 4,000 pager book. We have analyzed over 11,000 cases and in a section wise, subject wise manner. For example, if you want to search section 17, then you can look into input tax credit, whether allowed for a mobile phone or not allowed for a mobile phone. You will have both the sides of judgment saying it is allowed, judgment saying it is not allowed. So in tribunal, the reverse cases also works. You need to know what department may use against you. So all
Right, right.
these 11,000 judgments or so has been analyzed and briefed in a section wise manner. This could benefit you.
Awesome. This is wonderful.
Welcome to COMPLINITY Technologies. COMPLINITY is India's leading governance, risk and compliance software helping companies to manage their compliance, contracts, litigation, legal updates, inter-financial controls and more. COMPLINITY is a one-stop shop for all GRC needs. With our proprietary 12 GRC modules and real-time legal updates on 2,000 plus laws and 24,000 plus compliances. All in an integrated platform that is easy to use with automated alerts and risk management capabilities. Is why compliance managers, general counsels and chief financial officers choose COMPLINITY every time. Join the most innovative and prestigious brands that use COMPLINITY. Automating your compliance management, request a demo at complinity.com.